The new iHeart app just looks better.
The best feature of a car radio on the app.
It's the presets.
Super easy.
And thank you for keeping it free.
Get in on what everyone's talking about and get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today.
iHeartRadio.
It's the JB and Sandy Show on Austin's 80s station, 103.1. Hey, if you want to win $1,000, be listening at 9 o'clock. That's your first chance today. It's coming up at 9 on Austin's 80s station, 103.1. I just want to go on the record real quick and say this conversation makes me a little bit uncomfortable, but I'm going to go with the flow.
I'm interested to know why you're so uncomfortable about it.
I don't know. It's just when you start talking about body counts with your... God, first of all, can we dispel that rumor that women think that guys brag about that? And guys never talk about that. You know what I mean, JB? Like, guys never like go out with their buddies and have beers and talk about their body count. They don't.
Really? You don't talk about, you didn't have some crazy date with a chick and the next night you're out with your buddies talking about the date? And
not really.
Really?
I mean, I learned my lesson from a friend of mine many years ago. He had a first date with a girl, super cute girl, and they got dirty. Right? And he told me about it. He ended up marrying her.
And now you know that about her every time you see her.
Exactly.
She does that.
Exactly. So, but just to get that out there, like the guys that I run with, and JB, I know you too, the guys don't sit around and talk about this.
No.
They just don't.
Well, maybe not to that level of
girls do
specifics. I mean, I don't know if we talk about.
Yeah, and for some of you, body count, it's the number of people you've had relations with.
Right.
Okay. So
right.
Tell everybody what this thing says.
So there's a new study that came out. This is why this caught my eye. There's a sweet spot for the ideal number of socially acceptable sexual partners that you had before you got married. All right. Of course, there's a different number that's socially acceptable for guys than girls. But I think these numbers, I was like, oh, geez. The socially acceptable number for men is 4 to 5 women. And for women, it's 2 to 3 men before they've gotten married. Their body counts.
Although everyone in general is waiting a lot longer than they used to.
To have relations?
To have relations?
Well, no, to get married.
Oh,
sorry.
Right. So you would think that number would be a lot bigger then, right?
Right.
I feel like this number is incredibly low. I feel like I need to go to confession or something now because my number is not 2 to 3.
It's not.
My number is not 2 to 3. Like, I'm very worried that my number is not 2 to 3. I feel like a whore now.
I just feel like having this conversation is just a bad idea.
I'm not asking for anybody's numbers.
I don't want to know.
I don't want to know your number, Sandy.
That's what I said.
Well, we now know Trisha's is an extreme number.
Like,
you guys, extreme compared to 2 to 3. And I was later in life. I was a late bloomer before I was like,
let me ask you this.
Let's do this.
You don't have to name names, Trisha.
I'm not naming names and I'm not putting a number on it.
Again, amongst your girlfriends,
yeah,
where do they fall into this?
Below me. Two of them got married in college, like fresh out of college.
So that explains a lot of this
they
number.
had the 2 number, maybe. And they were married for a long time. And then another one of them went from one marriage to the next marriage. So one of my friends is full on in that number. Another one of my friends, never been married, not close, maybe right at that number. Okay. I'm just saying that like I'm leading the pack.
She's all mine, guys. She's all mine.
I'm not asking for a number, but what are the men socially acceptable? 4 to 5. You're 56 years old.
JB said this is just a bad idea.
This is a bad idea.
Not asking for a number.
I'm about on par with that.
Not.
Are you really?
No.
I know you're lying. There's no way you're on par
for like
with
a
that.
month of my life. But I mean, it's just weird. And
all I'm saying is that people who were surveyed for this study, lies. They all lied. It's like when the doctor asks you how many alcoholic drinks do you have a week.
That's true.
They're all lying. It's not an actual study, and now certain people feel bad about themselves.
Was the survey done at an Amish colony?
Right.
You know what I mean? Was it done at BYU? Or something like that? I don't know. They have to do a little bit more. This isn't America?
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh my gosh. I'm just saying. First of all, none of these people are having very much fun, is all I can say.
Trisha, are you kind of feeling like you wish you hadn't brought this up?
No, I don't. I don't feel like that. I feel worried for the generation coming up behind us but I mean, maybe a tiny bit worried. I feel like I'm trying to add up my count.
Keep it to yourself.
I'm not telling you. Don't worry. You will never know. And it's not like in the triple digits. So everybody calm down.
That's a conversation that I don't know why married couples would ever have.
Right. Because married couples
don't go there.
You're not supposed to have secrets from each other. People who do that.
No, you need to keep your secrets in your married life.
I just think this is an incredibly skewed.
Well, I promise you there's probably some woman in Oak Hill passing judgment on you right
I know.
as we speak.
Doing the sign of the cross to the radio.
Exactly. It's the JB and Sandy show, and Trisha the Whore.
Is here.
Joining us as well. Stick around, more coming up on Austin's 80s station, 103.1. Man, it's hard to believe. I know it's different everywhere. People wrapping up school and stuff, different school districts and stuff. But our daughter's only got 2 weeks left of school, of her sophomore year in high school. Wraps up in 2 weeks. And then, after that, a lot of graduations are going to be happening. And a lot of our daughter's friends are graduating. To be honest with you, I'm a little bit nervous. Like, is it 4 of her good friends are seniors?
We're talking 5 or 6.
Is it that many?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Are graduating. She's not going to have any friends next year.
She's got a few good ones left.
Right,
but the main crew is graduating.
Right. And they're a good group of kids. And now, so Trisha's been tasked with graduation gifts.
Oh, I was like, girl, you made friends with too many seniors. Like, I have to buy 6 graduation gifts. And, you don't want to get them something cheap. And I'm not saying we're going expensive, but getting something monogrammed for each of them. You know what I mean?
You are?
Yeah.
That's an amazing thing.
That's kind of the norm for a kind of graduation gift.
Let me ask you guys real quick, because it's funny you bring that up. I was just thinking about this. When you guys were kids, did you have anything monogrammed?
I don't think so. That was fancy.
Yes. Right. Nobody. That's a new thing for this generation, to have their names and stuff all over, personalized.
Oh, all over things, yeah.
Yeah, like their backpacks. I mean, they're like our daughter's track club. She's got a freaking backpack with the club's name on it and her name. It's just like, I don't remember that ever happening.
No, we just had, it was always hand-me-downs. You needed it for the next.
Right.
right.
You could put names on it.
Exactly. Yeah.
The very first thing ever that I had specifically monogrammed for me was when I graduated from high school. I got a big giant beach towel that had my name on it. And to this day, I still have that beach towel.
Of course you do.
But really the monogramming I noticed started when our daughter, Landry, was little. I got her a monogram beach towel. You could get her name put on one of the little backpacks, like from Pottery Barn or something. But I just feel like monogramming is like a traditional part of a graduation gift.
Yeah. And a lot of safety experts will say, don't do that with your kids.
With your littles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't put their names on their backpacks, because then some stranger can walk up and go, hey, Landry, your mom and dad told me to come and pick you up. I know it got all weird.
But don't you remember, JB, like in the 80s, you had monogram towels? You was rich.
You had a pool too, probably.
You were super fancy.
Yeah. But so it's monogram stuff for all these kids?
Yes. I was going through looking for graduation gifts, and I clipped a bunch of things, and she chose, and this is not a bad deal.
They're all getting the same thing?
They're all getting the same thing, but we're putting their names on them, and we're choosing different colors for them. The LL Bean canvas tote bag, they're only like $35. They're pretty cheap. And I gave my bridesmaids, when you and I got married, I got them a large one monogrammed and put a bunch of gifts and stuff in it. And to this day, every one of those girls still uses and loves that bag. So
good call.
I know I'm just saying that I have to order like 6 of them.
But
a friend of mine used to work at Yeti, and he would always say dads and grads. That's their 2 biggest days at Yeti.
Oh, yeah. And sometimes Yeti
Father's
offers
Day.
that free monogramming that you can put onto the thing. I don't know if they're doing it now, but that's a great gift. Let's get them those.
Well,
they'll use them more.
I asked Landry, and she is the one who chose the bags. I told her we could look at Yeti or Stanley monogramming.
Yeah.
I mean, there was Yeti, there was Stanley monogramming. I had like personalized stationery as an option. The bags, they had these cute at Mark and Graham. It just in case anybody else out there is trying to think of good graduation gifts. Mark and Graham,
Hey,
anything.
At least the kids aren't just saying cash. That's always like,
Yeah.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, they just want cash.
Yeah.
Which is probably what most of them really want.
You're right.
Probably so. But I'm going to get them a bag to carry all their cash in. But they're great bags. They really are. So the LL Bean bag is a good one. I just was shocked at the number of kids we're having to buy a graduation gift for. And it's her good friends. Like they're close friends. They're not just random kids.
Right.
So anyway.
You're done. It's done. It's over with. They're ordered.
I have 2 more to order.
Right.
2 more to order.
See what you're missing out on, JB? You've already been through all this with graduations and high schools and all this stuff.
Yeah. I know. We've done all this stuff, but yeah. Although I got a niece graduating. We just were talking about it the other day. And the whole thing, just give them cash.
Yeah, right. Gift card or cash and get on down the road.
Yeah.
That was the thing I most look forward to with graduation was the money.
I know, but you know what? I remember who gave me my beach towel with my name on it.
Who?
I just think it's kind of cool. The Yagels.
Oh, they did?
Yes.
You still had, you got to tell
I
them you
still have it.
it.
I know I should. I just think it's kind of cool. I'm like, I told lady, I got this when I was 18 years old. She uses it too sometimes. I don't know. I just think it's fun.
Our daughter asked us if we wanted to go to her friend's graduation, and I was like, nope. Nope.
We love her friends. We would gladly go to any of their other things, but graduation, as big as her classes, we were like, hell no.
No. Not
we'll drop you off. You go.
Not doing that. So congratulations to everybody that is graduating and moving on and whatever's next for you. It's interesting how many kids are, we talked about, I was talking to someone the other day, she's got 3 kids in college, and she's like, I don't know if every kid needs to go to college anymore. And I'm like,
right?
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, you really, I don't know. There's a lot smarter people than me, but nothing wrong with going to a trade school or going to into something else.
Right. Or how easy it is. Not easy. I shouldn't say that. How not unusual it is for kids to be starting their own companies at a much younger age and becoming successful.
Look at Raleigh Hager. She's got a wake surf school.
Right.
Because she can't possibly work for someone else. That's probably the reason.
Has she taken or thought about like taking any business classes at all just to learn basic business things?
No, but that would be a good idea. Yeah.
Like an ACC?
I mean, she is. Yeah, just do something. I keep telling her, just take classes on stuff that interests you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just for fun.
Right. More plumbers, less philosophers. That's what we need. That's what I think.
Yeah.
It's the JB and Sandy show. My name's Sandy. JB's here. Trisha's over here. Follow us on Instagram at JB Sandy ATX. JB, I see you looking at your bruise. You doing all right?
It's bugging me today.
Is it?
Like you can
It's
feel
itchy.
it. Oh, it's itchy. Ooh, that means it's
Maybe
healing.
that's a good thing. Is that what it is?
I don't know, but I remember my grandmother would say, stop scratching it. That means it's healing.
I don't
Say,
know.
That's
let's
true or not.
Same woman that put horse medicine on everybody.
That's how she handles with horse medicine.
Stay with us. More coming up on Austin's 80 station, 103.1. Hey, it's Sandy. And May's a great time of year. It's the best part of spring, the last week or two before it gets really hot with triple-digit heat. But some years, May also bring some crazy storms and high winds. With all the wild weather, the extreme temps that Central Texas throws our way, I'm pretty thankful for my friends Scott and Stacy Feller at Kangaroo. Scott and Stacy, they're great people. They've been part of the community for 25 years. And Kangaroo takes care of all my roofing needs, and they've done that for a long time. It's not just me. Scott and Stacy's team have helped hundreds of Central Texas families protect their largest investment, safeguarding their place where you raise your kids. That's why I appreciate knowing that my roof is always in good hands. So give Scott and Stacy a call. They'll hop to it. You'll see for yourself why Kangaroo is the best roofing company in town. You can find them online at callkangaroo.com. That's callkangaroo.com. You guys ever stumble across some stuff going on in Austin and something just grabs your eye and like, wow, that'd be actually kind of a cool thing to go see?
Yeah.
There's one coming up May 30th at the Moody's Center. Listen to this show that's going to be there. Simple Minds, Soft Cell, and Modern English are playing the Moody Center on May 30th.
Gone back in time.
I know. JD, you probably saw some of these at City Auditorium back in 1989.
City Coliseum. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You got to say it.
Right.
Wow.
Huh. I love it.
That'd be a cool show. That'd be fun.
That would be. Tickets are pretty reasonable too. I was just looking at them. You can get good seats for $75, which in today's world,
No, that's not bad.
right, is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
It's really not a bad seat in the Moody Center either. So, I mean, Soft Cell is going to come out there and do Tainted Love. Simple Minds is going to go Don't You Forget About Me. Modern English is going to do Melt With You. And boom, you got yourself a great concert.
People are going to go with their high school crew and love it.
Right.
The only thing that's tough about seeing those nostalgic 80s shows is looking at the crowd.
Yeah.
I know it sounds like it's a reality check about your age.
But
I don't mean to kill the vibe here. You're so excited about this. But I've done that. Like my wife and I go, what did we see? Psychedelic Furs.
Uh-huh.
Same thing. You just look around and you go, oh.
but okay. At the risk of
but it's so fun.
At the risk of sounding a little bit arrogant, I look around and go, I'm looking pretty good.
Doing all right.
I'm doing way better than that guy.
Like a class reunion kind of vibe.
Yeah. That's an eye opener for sure.
Here's the other thing you need to be worried about if you were big fans of those shows. And the name that really hit home for me is that The Cure went out and did a tour.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen Robert Smith?
No.
I know.
It's like, whoa.
Is it on the level of Axl Rose now just looks like the dad that you live next door to with his short hair and his t-shirt tucked into his jeans?
He looks like a dad from Pflugerville.
Right. Oh, that's the part. It's not that look bad. It's just that you don't look like a rock star anymore.
Right. That's true. But I mean, you can't go on looking like Axl Rose your whole life.
Well,
but Robert Smith still rocks the hair and the lipstick.
Yeah.
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 But how does this come together? I mean, how do the guys from it's the Alive and Kicking tour, and Simple Minds is headlining it with special guests Soft Cell and Modern
I think
English.
that's been 40 years. That song's 40 years old.
Oh my gosh.
Does that sound right?
Yeah, it does. But, 1985.
I think it's the 40th anniversary of that song,
Mm.
which was written for the movie.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, they actually were contracted to do that because that whole la 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 la. I was watching this. I go down this rabbit hole of music on YouTube and stuff. They were agonizing over lyrics for that's part of the song, and then they were like, "Screw it, just leave it in." La 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 la. La, la, la.
Those are the lyrics.
That wasn't. Yeah, they just felt like it wasn't a finished song.
Huh.
And they had a deadline. You know, they were up against a deadline. They were like, well, I guess it stays. La, la, la.
Help me out. The movie, JB. Which one? I get my
Breakfast Club.
Okay.
Breakfast Club.
I get my Rat Pack movies.
Yeah.
Rat Pack movies mixed up.
I just found a current picture of Robert Smith from The Cure. What is happening?
Yeah, I know.
He looks like a version of the Joker from Batman.
Yeah.
Do you see that with the makeup on and his hair's all crazy?
What kind of gets me excited about this show is that I remember years ago, a group of friends went and saw Def Leppard at the HEB Center in Cedar Park and said it was amazing. They just said it was a great show. So it just tells me that just because the band's a little bit older,
Looks different.
looks a little bit different, they still sounded great.
Yeah.
Right? So I don't know. That'd be kind of fun. I don't know that's Landry's birthday, but hey, Landry, guess what? For your 16th birthday, we're taking you to see the Alive and Kicking tour.
She probably knows every word of their song because all the kids are listening to the 80s music now.
I know. I don't know how this station's not number one with teenagers.
I don't either. I really don't.
TikTok. It's all TikTok, man.
Yeah.
That's where they're hearing these songs. And then she asks us stupid questions. You know who David Bowie is?
Mom, you ever heard of David Bowie? Girl, who are you talking to?
JB, you want to go?
I think I'm going to stay home.
Come on, man.
Can we interest you in some Katy Perry tickets? She's going to be there on the 20th.
Oh, yeah. Katy Perry's coming through this summer.
She is?
Yeah. She's going to be there on May 20th.
No, this month?
Yeah.
Is
Let's see how much her tickets are.
Is she selling any tickets?
I'm going to look and see.
I mean, Jennifer Lopez, you saw that whole mess, right, JB? She went out, did the tour, then wasn't selling any tickets, then changed the name of the tour to Jennifer Lopez Hits, where she's just going to play the hits. Still didn't sell any tickets, canceled the rest of the tour.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right? So, hey, the Monster Jam's coming back too. The trucks.
Oh, I know. I still want to go see that. Why do I want to go see the Monster Jam so bad?
2 nights, June 7th, Saturday, and June 8th. One of those is probably a matinee. They always do a matinee with that show. So it's kind of cool. The Moody Center, I mean, we're getting big shows now that we used to not get. We used to be what they call a flyover city.
Oh, yeah. They would play Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, and we would miss everything.
Exactly. So the big names are here. And with basketball season kind of wrapping up, there'll be, it's been wrapped up for a while, but more and more shows at the Moody Center. Wu-Tang is coming in June. If you want to go see Wu-Tang Clan, never was really into Wu-Tang. I got a feeling you weren't either.
Not really. And Andrea Bocelli is going to be there too. They got a little bit of everybody coming.
Yeah. So check it out.
Fish. Oh, that's going to be sold out. 2 nights for Fish.
Yeah. Austin will stink again of patchouli and BO. The Fish fans roll into town. So if you want to see any of those, you can go to moodycenteratx.com for the full lineup. Thanks for being with us today. We'll do it again tomorrow, 7 until 8 o'clock. It's the JB and Sandy show on Austin's 80s station, 103.1. And
The new iHeart app just looks better.
The best feature of a car radio on the app.
It's the presets.
Super easy.
And thank you for keeping it free.
Get in on what everyone's talking about and get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today.
iHeartRadio.